Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Tin Shed Shenanigans. I know it's been a little bit longer since I posted a video from the last, will it run or anything like that. I've had a lot of things going on at the house, a lot of busyness going on, but yeah, we're back. Today is another will it run, and I'm going to show you what we're working on. So this is a 2011 Land Pride with a Kawasaki motor and a 48-inch deck on it that I was given by my parents' preacher. And he said that it quit running on him one day, he got a new lawnmower, and that I could have this one. So we're going to see if we can get it running, driving, and reliable in hopefully one video, but it may turn into two depending on what it takes. So what we're going to do first is get it under the lean-to so we're not working out in the open. Let's get that done. Okay, so we have it under the lean-to now, so we can work on it a little bit outside of the weather. Yeah, but like I said, this is a 2011 Land Pride ZST with I believe it's a 20 horse Kawasaki motor. Yes, I believe it's a 20 horse. You can see the vent tube right there for the tank is coming off. One of the tires is off the bead and they all have some dry rot on them. But overall, this thing has 319 hours on it. And it's in really good shape. It is in fantastic shape, actually. And the choke cable doesn't really move. So what we're going to do is I'm going to get my leaf blower and try to blow everything off the best I can. We'll go grab the battery charger or my little jump box, hook it on there, and see if it does anything with the key, and go from there. So yeah, I'm going to get y'all set up so that way y'all can see all that. So she's all cleaned up now. None of the little cooling fins are busted. The belt does have some dry rot. I don't know if y'all can see that. Actually, let me go ahead and get these lights turned on before it gets too dark. If I don't fall down first, because I have way too much stuff out here. Haha! Lights. Alright. But yeah. Belt's a little dry rotted. But we probably have one from when we bought out all the V-belts from O'Reilly, or not O'Reilly's, Advanced Auto Parts. So, alright, that'll put the parking brake on, put the little cables down. Let me go grab my jump box and we'll see if it'll spin over by the key or what it does. So, yeah, I'll be right back. Alright, so I have y'all set up, kind of just sitting on the lawnmower right now. With the jump box, I couldn't really put y'all to see back here because the sun is, blazing in the sky. But time change just happened, so that gives us an extra hour every evening to work on stuff, which I will take. But jump box is hooked up. Come on. Ooh. Alright, so I think my jump box is going dead, but it spins over. Sounds really good too. I know. That's just my jump box telling me, hey, I'm still on. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna go grab my spark checker. I'm gonna make sure she's getting spark on both cylinders, and then we'll spray some carb cleaner down its throat and see if it pops off. So let me go grab that, check that really quick, because there's really, as of right now, I don't have a tripod. Y'all hang around for a little bit. Y'all bear with me. I have a camera. I'm gonna order a tripod and some microphones, so that way I can get some better angles and things like that. So that way, you know, y'all can be more involved with the repair. So yeah, let me go grab those things and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I checked it for spark. It's got spark on both cylinders, and off camera I sprayed a little bit of starting fluid down its throat to see if it would do anything, and it popped off a little bit and ran for a second. I'm gonna have to get a new battery for it, so that'll be probably one of the first things I do tomorrow is go get a battery. Put some gas in it, but we're gonna get a battery first before we try to do anything else, so we're not just winding with a battery charger. So we'll go get a battery tomorrow and go from there. But yeah, it spins over, it's got spark, and we know it has the potential of running because it popped off with starting fluid. That doesn't always mean it's gonna run on its own, but that's a really good sign. So we'll see how it runs. I know this choke cable does not move at the moment, so we'll have to play around with that. And I'll spray some probably WD-40 in the sleeve, and that way that can get time to free up. But yeah, I can still see a little bit of smoke coming off of here. We were trying to get all that burnt out. But yeah, so far it runs that we know of. Oh, and I was getting fuel up to there. And it actually doesn't smell half bad. I don't see anything in the fuel filter. We'll probably replace the fuel filter while we're at it. So yeah, tomorrow is going to be battery, fuel filter, and yeah. All right, so I'll see y'all tomorrow. Well guys, it's running. New battery in it, and I put a new fuel filter in it. For the fuel, or not the fuel, the choke cable's still stuck. So we just got to get it where this is no longer stuck, so we can manually or use the choke up there. But she is running on her own power. I have had to do nothing. It probably needs a carb clean, but she is running. She runs very smoky. Let's see if she drives. Well, that answers that question. Will it run and drive after sitting for, I don't know, I think he said 3 or 4 years? Yes, it will. Now the next goal is to fix that tire, get that choke cable where it works on its own, and make sure it cuts. And we'll replace some belts. I'm pretty sure I have some, so that will probably be tomorrow's project, because it's about 8 o'clock now. It's late. I still need to shower and spend time with my son. And whenever he gets big enough, I'll teach him how to do stuff like this. But it runs and it drives. So, so far, a battery and fuel filter. That is what I've done to it. All right, guys, so we're back out here on the Land Pride ZST. I've been spraying WD-40 and kind of working with the choke back and forth. The little knob's gone, but it now moves, so that's cool. One of the front tires is off the bead, and I'm just going to get some flat free tires for the front. The drive belt is still intact. It's just got a lot of dry rot cracks. I'm going to order a new one of those, and I've got a service kit coming for this thing, and we'll get all that knocked out, get it all cleaned up. And I was just kind of tootling around, and if you notice, there's a nice cut spot beside the garden. It cuts flawlessly. The only thing it does is, I think the solenoid's acting up. Either that or it's got probably just some nasty corrosion in there. So what I'll do is I'll clean up those connections, because it'll just kind of click, and then you can keep clicking and eventually it'll start. So I'm gonna just clean these up and get everything situated there, and then hopefully that'll resolve our starting issue. But yeah, I gave this thing a little bit of a bath, so it looks a little bit better. Fun fact about Land Pride, they are actually made by Kubota. So I was doing some research, on who makes Land Pride, because I haven't really heard of that many. And Kubota actually makes the Land Pride finishing mowers, and for like you pull behind a tractor, and lawn mowers and stuff like that. So I was like, well, that's pretty cool. So it's kind of like their little third party, or not really third party, but like their kind of off to the side thing. The only thing that I'm not really going to fool with is this vent right here. It's not really hurting anything being like that, and that's just from age. It is a 2011. But, I did give this thing a little bit of a bath, try to clean up a little bit on these. Just over here was a lot of oil caked up. We're going to do an oil change and get everything buttoned up, and then I'll do a little filming, zooming around the yard in this thing, cutting some, and I think she'll be ready to post and get her sold, and then we can start on the next one. So, but yeah, I'm going to pop these little nuts off, clean up all those battery connections, and see if that helps it starting. And then once all my parts come in, I'll throw them all on. Hopefully that'll be soon. So, I'll see you guys in a bit. Yeah, after cleaning up those contacts, this thing started a whole lot better. I'm going to let this thing cool a little bit, and I'm going to I'll probably clamp this little line off right here that goes to the fuel feed. Clamp it off so it's not leaking fuel everywhere. Pull this bowl off and just see if there's any kind of crud or any kind of varnish or anything in there. Especially because this thing's been sitting for a number of years, something you always want to kind of look out for. The only reason I'm letting it cool is because there's the exhaust right there. If I don't, I will set myself on fire, and I don't want to do that. That would not be a fun time for me. So I'm going to get this line clamped off with some vice grips. And then once this cools a little bit, or we'll put like a little catch pan right here, we'll pull this bowl off and just see what it looks like in there. And it does look like it's got a little bit of a fuel leak right at this little shutoff valve, but I think I've got one. So if we have one, cool. If not, we'll figure something out. But yeah, I'm gonna get all this kind of situated and I'll be back. All right, so yeah, it was leaking a little bit at that shutoff. Really all it was the little gasket that was around it kind of failed, and luckily I had an O-ring that was the perfect size to fit around it, so that got fixed. So now we just have to wait for our parts to show up. So when those do show up, I'll see y'all then. Okay, so my parts came in a little sooner than I was expecting. Let me move this tin. We had some really bad weather come through yesterday. I think yesterday was the 16th. It was really windy. Tylertown, Mississippi got hit with some tornadoes. They had some pretty bad damage. We just had a lot of bad wind and some rain. It's still pretty windy. But the lean-to's fine, the shed's fine, nothing got damaged. But my parts came in early. We weren't expecting these wheels until Monday. It's currently Sunday, and this belt service kit was supposed to come in today, and it came in on Saturday. But now I'm just getting the deck belt on, and I'm gonna go match up a belt, because when I started looking more, I realized I probably have one for the drive system. A really short belt, and I've most likely got one. But yeah, we're gonna get this deck belt on and off, and then we're gonna pop the wheels on, do an oil change, and do the spark plugs, because the kit came with everything. And then we'll run her around the yard, see how she acts, make sure she works good. And then I'll go get 5 gallons of fresh fuel and fill her up, and we'll let her just sit and run for a little bit, trying to burn out all that bad gas and varnish and everything. But she still starts up fine, so that's a good thing. But let me stop bumping my jaws and get this belt on. Probably should have been smart to move this thing out from under the lean-to, because the Champion engine, if you watched, I guess it's the last, golly, it's windy. I guess it's the last video. I'm not too sure how good the audio is right now. If it's bad, then y'all will just see this with a belt. But if it's good, then I'll leave it in, and y'all get to have this experience of me, fighting the wind. But if you watched from the last videos, you know it's the Champion. I'm still waiting for it to sell. I'll never be able to get out what I have into it, which is also why I didn't buy a carburetor and everything, because it's a motor at this point. It is an electric start, almost 400cc motor, and that's all it is. Got those 2 covers off. Now and if you've ever worked on anything that doesn't have a belt diagram, I don't know if y'all can see this. Let me see if I can get a little bit closer and see if y'all can. Notice how I drew on it, how the belt diagram goes. It's because there is no diagram. If you've ever worked on anything and you need a belt diagram, this is the easiest way to do it. Don't spend your time looking for a diagram online. You probably won't find one. I don't know why it's like that. Over time, the diagrams just wear off stuff. They don't use good enough paint or marker or stickers when they make certain things. And it makes it difficult when you're trying to fix something. But you take you a piece of cardboard, piece of paper, cardstock, block of wood, anything. You draw you a belt diagram on it, and there you go, you have it. Trying to get some of this dirt out that my pressure washer didn't get because the guards were still on it. I'll take the leaf blower, blow all that dirt and stuff out. I wasn't going to replace the deck belt, and then I realized that I accidentally ordered a deck belt instead of drive belt. And then when I took a closer look at the deck belt, I realized I probably should replace the deck belt. Because that's not what you want to see. I would feel bad selling it to someone, saying it runs, drives, and cuts. They get half a pass in and it breaks the deck belt. I'd feel bad about that, and that'd look bad on me. And I don't want to do that, because this lawnmower, I'm not keeping. I don't need it. I've got a good lawnmower. I've got my Toro. This one was given to me by my parents' pastor, like I said, and I'm going to fix it up, sell it, and give the money back to the church. So I want to make sure this thing's in, good shape for the next person, so that way they have a good lawnmower. That's not, how much a brand new one would be. So, okay. I'm going to get this drive belt off, get one matched up, get it stuck back on, and then I'll see y'all when I get all that put back together, and then we'll do spark plugs. Okay, so I just went ahead and put the old belts back on. Amazon sent me the wrong stuff, and I'm impatient and don't feel like waiting, especially if I can get this thing done so I can get this video out. I'm gonna just do that. But so I went ahead and put the belts back in. Just gonna make a, tell the person whoever buys it, hey, the belts are still there. They're dry rotted. I'd recommend replacing them. But look at this spark plug. If it'll focus, it is so carboned up. It is very nasty. So we have 2 new spark plugs we're gonna stick in there. But I just wanted to show y'all that. So yeah, let me get those new spark plugs in, and then we'll move it out from under the lean-to out in the sun, and I'll jack it up and put the new front tires on. All right, guys, so I got the new flat-free tires up on the front, got them greased. Did an oil change on it, got the spark plugs in. Might have to find some tape or something just to keep this little cover on, because there was tape originally. So I'll get some duct tape and just run it across here just to keep that on, because it pops off. But it's all cleaned up, it runs, it drives. So what we're gonna do now, I'm gonna go put some more gas in it. There ain't a whole lot in it. I think that's the reason it's smoking, is it's got some bad gas in it. It's not running the greatest. I've got a little bit more gas I can put in it. So I'm gonna put as much as I can, and then we'll go and we'll do a little bit of cutting with it. And then she'll be ready to go find her new forever home. But yeah, let me go ahead and get that done, and then I'll see you on the mower as we're cutting some. Well, guys, it runs, it drives, it cuts. I just need to run a little more gas through it, trying to burn out some of all that bad stuff. We did a little cutting out there by the field. I don't know if you could really see how it was cutting, but everything operates like it should. Everything runs like it should. So yeah, that took a lot less than I expected to get this one running. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, hit the comments, hit the little bell icon so that way you don't miss any videos. And when y'all guys make comments, I do read them. Especially when they're giving me advice on what to look for, what not to do, what to do. I've got a lot of learning to do. I'm only 22 years old, so I'm young. I've got a whole lot of learning to do. So, if there are some people more experienced than I am on a subject, and y'all want to say, hey, you should have done this instead of doing this, I'll take all the advice I can get. You're never too old to learn, and, no one ever knows everything. So, but yeah, guys, you're never too old to learn, never too young to know everything. So, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell icon so that we never miss another episode of 10 Shed Shenanigans. My name's Noah. Thank you for watching.